We have some bad news for most Americans. We aren't getting enough sleep, and it's making us fat. Ooh, let's connect the dots. This is coming from a study released in the journal Current Biology. It found sleep-deprived people and people who got enough sleep ate about the same number of calories. But the sleep-deprived people ate their calories much later in the day, i.e. snacking after dinner, and the sleep-deprived group gained more weight. That might be because of what else they found in this study. Researchers discovered people who didn't get enough sleep experienced a decrease in their insulin sensitivity, basically upsetting their metabolism and leaving them primed to develop type 2 diabetes. And this might be the worst part. The sleep-deprived group included people who didn't get enough sleep during the week but caught up on it on the weekends. So, most of us. All of this is a reminder that, once again, Mom's right. Get a good night's sleep and snack healthy, people. Connecting the dots, I'm Rekha Muddaraj for H-Town Rush.